What's up guys, I'm Aaron Radcliffe with Nomads Nation and we are on the hunt for the perfect backpack. And today we're gonna take you through the streets of Hong Kong for an epic WANDRD Duo review. Is this gonna be our perfect backpack? We're about to find out. These are all the things we're gonna cover and I need you to pay attention because our reviews move really fast. Also, if you love backpacks, you're gonna wanna smash that subscribe button because Tav and I make the best backpack reviews on the web. Right, Tav?
Yeah.
Let's go. So let me tell you the gist about this backpack. The WANDRD Duo is a 20-liter everyday carry backpack. It's made with premium external materials for ultimate durability. And like other EDCs, it's made for photographers in mind, but I think that anybody can get value out of this pack. Let's talk about a couple of the specs with this pack. First off, the color options. You got none. You get black, and that's it. For most people like myself, black is fine. But if you're looking for something a bit more adventurous and a pack with a bit more color and character, this is not the one. Next spec is the liters. This is a 20-liter backpack. A note about the size. While it's 20 liters, it is a big 20 liters. For instance, last week we did the 24-liter Boundary Supply Errant review, and even though that one's supposedly 4 liters bigger, this one feels a lot bigger. The next spec is the weight. The WANDRD Duo weighs in at 2.6 pounds. For an EDC, this is actually pretty light. For some context, the WANDRD Proverki is 3.4 pounds, and the Nomadic backpack is almost 4 pounds. The lightness of the pack is due to the premium external materials. And the last spec to cover is the price. The WANDRD Duo is a bit pricey. Right now, it's currently priced at $220 US. While that is pricey, it is kind of in the middle. You can get a quality day pack for cheaper. For instance, the Air Day Pack is around $140 US. But on the flip side, the Peak Design Everyday Backpack costs $260. So while the Duo is definitely a little bit of a splurge, it's not the most expensive backpack that we reviewed. Now, for some people, style isn't important. But for me, it is easily the most important thing. Like, my bag needs to be an extension of who I am. Like, for instance, I genuinely appreciate the style of the Boundary Supply Errant, but it's not really me. But in contrast, the Duo is a style that really speaks to me, and I love it. And for me, the style can be put into 2 words. It's sleek and rugged. The sleek look is mostly attributed to its black on black color, as well as the leathery external materials. This pack says, I'm a city person who likes to climb mountains on the weekends. Like, if you get this pack, you're the type of hipster who orders a soy latte because you're sophisticated, but then in that soy latte, you get like 4 shots of espresso because you like to live life on the edge. The one criticism that I will have about the style of this pack is how these zippers kind of dent in a little bit. The waterproof lining just kind of like, it pushes them in, and I think it kind of screws with the aesthetic a little bit. It does serve a functional purpose because it allows the backpack to cave, which is nice, but I just kind of wish that it maintained its form because sometimes when it's like all scrunched up like that, it's just okay. So Tav is carrying right now the Peak Design Everyday Zip, and this is the WANDRD Duo. Comment below. Let me know in the comments, because Tav thinks they look identical, and I think they couldn't look any different.
If this is full, it's going to look like that.
No, this one's...
They have the same zipper system. The only difference I see is a couple of more zips on the top.
Totally different backpacks. Comment below. Let us know what you think, okay? We can solve this once and for all. When it comes to the comfort of a backpack in this price range, they're all gonna be comfortable, but there's gonna be some definite variation in how comfortable they are. And some backpacks have like a more firm comfort, like Boundary Supply. Other backpacks have like a softer comfort, like Air Packs. I'm noticing that more and more packs are going on the firm side, which kind of irks me because I prefer a softer pack. This pack is definitely on the firm side. Overall, it's comfortable. I find the shoulder straps to be comfortable and the back panel to be comfortable, but like I said, it's on the firmer side and I just wish it was a bit softer. Let's talk about the materials of the WANDRD Duo. Now, materials are super important. Your hands are going to be touching the materials for years. Do you want them to feel awesome, or do you want them to feel like think you want them to feel awesome. I pick awesome. And I got some good news. If you like awesome materials, the WANDRD Duo feels amazing. The most important material to talk about first off is this exterior material, which is waterproof tarpaulin. Tarpaulin looks sort of rubbery, sort of leathery, and it's got a nice sleek vibe to it. I gotta be honest, when I first got this pack, I hated the feel of this tarpaulin. Here's why. When it first came out of the box, the material was really rubbery and like extremely sticky. It's like those, when you were a kid and you had those like little sticky hand silicone things you throw against the wall and they'd stuck. And I used to have popcorn ceilings, you try and pull it off and it would like ruin the ceiling. It was like sticky as that. But thankfully, after a few weeks of sort of being outside and getting a bit of wear and tear, that stickiness is gone and it's a real nice smooth feel. And what you've got to realize about this tarpaulin is like, it's so durable. This is, without a doubt, one of the most durable everyday carries I've ever tested. It's so durable that I took this thing to the beach 4 times, I took it on a few hikes, and I had no cares in the world. It was getting splashed by salt water, sand was going all over it, I was sweating like a bitch on it, you know, just like, this backpack can take a ton of punishment. And because of that durability, it's so multifunctional. It can be just your city pack, but if you're going on a road trip, or you're going to the beach, or you're going on a hike, whatever it is, because of the external materials, this pack can go with you on all of that, which is one of the biggest selling points, and it's one of the reasons why it costs $220 US. Now, a few more things about the materials. The interior materials are great. I'll talk about those when we actually open up the backpack. But one last thing about the materials I want to talk about are these zippers. All these zippers are YKK, and you can see right here that it's PU coating. Ain't no water getting in there. Now, I'm not saying you can be out on a boat in the middle of the Pacific and throw this out into the ocean. It's not waterproof like that. But if you go to the beach, you get caught in the rain, it gets splashed with some water, everything inside your bag is going to stay dry. And with the zippers, one last note, I love these zipper pulls. Notice how they have this little hook system right here? I didn't like the way these things looked aesthetically, but like, look at this. You can literally pick up your bag via the zipper. Really cool, like really, really cool. I'm a big fan of these zipper pulls. Okay, so let's get into the actual backpack and talk about the front of the WANDRD Duo. Wow, my legs are like jelly. We've climbed a lot of stairs today. If you appreciate the amount of stairs that we have climbed today, please give us a like. I mean, don't get me wrong, our legs are pretty chiseled. I mean, Tab's got thighs, looks like Sylvester Stallone. Look at those things, look at these monsters. Now, the front of a backpack usually does 2 things. It defines and dominates the aesthetic, and it also gives you quick access to your stuff. Now, the tarpaulin has a very smooth feel to it, and a lot of other backpacks use tarpaulin like the WANDRD Proverki or the Nomadic, but this one's my favorite tarpaulin I've touched yet. We got the logo right here. The logo is subtle and discreet. I really like WANDRD's branding. But now let's actually get inside this pack, talking about this large front zipper. This thing is a YKK waterproof zipper, very smooth feel, a little bit loud. It's got a nice little zip to it, but overall it's very satisfying. And when you look inside, there's actually nothing to it. It's just a big old pocket. There's no internal organization. There's nothing. That's it. But to be honest, I'm quite a fan of that. It's minimalist. It's simple. You just throw things in, you grab what you need, you take it out, you put it back in. It's a beautiful thing. Moving on, you'll notice right here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 anchor points, and actually there's 4 more on the bottom as well. These are good for WANDRD's accessory straps, which allow you to put the straps across the bag, put, diagonal, and then you put something here, tighten them down, and you can carry things on the outside of the pack. This is great if you're like a commuter with a bike helmet, if you have a yoga mat, tripod for photographers. The options are pretty endless. It's not something that I personally use, but I can definitely acknowledge for the right person, these things are a lifesaver. Now finally, last part on the top here, we have the quick access pocket. This zipper, also YKK waterproof zipper, same zipper as this, same like zippiness to it, but the pocket is smaller and the internal materials are a little bit different. So notice right here, we have like a nice soft fabric. This fabric is scratch free, which makes this a perfect place for things like your sunglasses and your cell phone. But the one thing I hate about this pocket, the keyring solution. Let me show you why. So let's pretend you're coming home after a long day of work. Boss is being a you just want to go home and take your shoes off and watch some Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right? Oh, time to go in. Let me unlock my door. Oh, that's right. It's up here, okay? So now I'm in a situation where to get my key, I have to take my bag off. Now you can do one of these things where you're like holding it, or you can put it down there. I'll usually put it down. Now, this isn't on a magnet, it's not removable, and it's not a retractable leash, so you have to take it off. But here's the thing, getting real close, Tab. Do you see this little hook right there? Every time I try and take my keys off, it gets hooked on this little thing, and I'm trying to pull it off, and then finally I get it off. You gotta lift your keys. It's just this whole thing. Like, compare this to when we did the Boundary Supply errands last week, where you're coming home after that hard day, you're just like, oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You just do that, boom, keys done. So functionally speaking, the key being up here drives me absolutely fucking insane. It's annoying to get to, and if you think about it, you're gonna be using your apartment key, your car keys, whatever key you have, 2, 3, 4 times a day. And that extra movement to have to get it every single time is really annoying. That. Okay, next up, let's chat about the middle of the WANDRD Duo. And when it comes to any backpack, the middle is the most important, so pay attention. Usually when I do the middle, I like to start with the sides. We got 2 sides. Handle side, water bottle side. Let's talk about the water bottle side. This bag has 1 water bottle holder. I prefer bags that have 1 water bottle holder, but it's worth noting that it's very controversial. Some people want bags with 2. This bag only has 1. Keep that in mind. I'm a big fan of this water bottle holder. You've got some elasticity. It's nice and secure. For context, this is a 530 milliliter water bottle. I'd say you can probably fit maybe even up to a 1 liter in there. Normally I test the security of a water bottle holder by doing the upside down test, and you can see this one's, it's pretty good. It's not moving around too much. But the good thing is that WANDRD has provided this little guy right here, which you can connect a carabiner to. A carabiner, for those of you that don't know, it's one of those like little clips that mountain climbers wear. You just go ahead and clip it in there, clip it to your water bottle, extra secure. Side number 2, this is the handle side. Super minimal side here. Nothing much to talk about except for the handle. It's a nice handle. It's comfortable because they use a seat belt webbing, but I rarely ever use it. I'll explain why in the next section. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the actual main compartment. Now, something to note about this bag, it's not a top loader, it's not a clamshell, it's a 270-degree zipper opening. And when it comes to an everyday carry backpack, this sort of backpack, a 270-degree zipper opening, is my favorite. Here's why. A good 270-degree zipper backpack will have 4 main zips. You usually have 2 on the top and then 1 on each side on the bottom. The side ones help you get side access, so you do a little something like that, and then you can access the side doors or side panels. And the top ones obviously allow you to access the top. Stay. And again, I want to emphasize, these zipper pulls are amazing. They're so incredibly functional. The ability to use 1 finger to open a zipper is something I haven't really experienced before. And I think that these zipper pulls are they're one of my favorite aspects of the bag as a whole. Let's check out the side access of the water bottle side. So here you can see, we've got these little cord holders right here, an elastic pocket, and another pocket below. These cord holders are cool in concept, but actually using them, I thought that they were a bit just okay. And these elastic pockets are pretty solid, but they're just basic pockets. These are good things for things like a camera battery, using it for our microphone, for our shoot today, just little things that you want to access, but that you don't need to access as quickly as like with the front compartment. Let's check out the other side, which is similar, but just a little bit different. We've got a larger pocket here, which I'm using for a small phone tripod, another elastic pocket, and then down here we have a zipper pocket as well. Personally, I would have liked a few more zipper pockets. The elastic pockets are a little loose and a few things have fallen out. And that's why I like the zip pockets, because they give you that little bit extra sense of security. Now, let's jump into the main compartment via the top. Right here, we got the zippers, and you go ahead, and here we, side note, we do these reviews in the middle of June in Hong Kong. It's hot as balls, so we have to lather ourselves up in sunscreen all the time. Right at the top, we have this elastic pocket right here. At first, I thought this was dumb, but after using it for about 10 minutes, I fell in love with it. It just kind of became like a throw-all pocket, like things that I just needed to grab quick in there that I didn't want to organize. I just kind of tossed it in this pocket. Right now, I'm using it for like health stuff. I got hand sanitizer, napkins, spare masks. Big fan of this pocket. Let's jump to the other side, where right here we have the tech panel. This laptop compartment is big enough for a MacBook Pro 16-inch. And then on the other side, we have a tablet sleeve. I don't have a tablet. I always find tablet sleeves to be perfect for notebooks. You want a laptop compartment to be 2 things. You want it to be accessible and secure, and this one accomplishes both. I like the materials, I like the build. It's a good laptop compartment. Moving on over here, we have like a top zip pocket. Yet again, another pocket that I really kind of fell in love with. I have a tendency to use this for my mints, and I like to put pens in here, because you can never have enough pens. is. Truth. And then check out these. These are what WANDRD refers to as their padded expansion pockets. And they refer to them that because they're padded and they expand. Very creative naming. I think that they're really best for photographers. If you've got an additional lens, you can go ahead and pop the lens right there. And these pockets are really nicely padded. And whether you have like a smaller battery or a larger lens, this pocket's gonna fit it. So I got some e-cig stuff in there. And on the other side, I use it for my Bluetooth mouse. Really though, I'm a huge fan of these pockets, whether it's a smaller camera, a larger lens, portable batteries. I use this actually for my phone charging station sometimes. I'll put the portable battery here, phone there, wires connecting the two. It's beautiful. This whole tech area right here from the laptop compartment to these expandable pockets, I give a perfect 10 out of 10 score. It's one of the best features of the bag. But let's talk about the last part of the middle section, and that's this camera cube located at the bottom of the pack. If you're a photographer, you are going to love this feature. Right here, as you can see, this creates like a protective cubby or cocoon for your DSLR equipment. It also comes with a little flex fold divider thing. You like kind of put it in there and you can divide things and that's it. The cool thing about this compartment though is it's just a cubby in general. So you can use it to protect things like a camera or tech gear, or you can just put like your lunch in there, maybe a pair of shoes or something. The choice is yours. And the best part is if you don't want it, you don't need the cubby, you're not a photographer, you can just go ahead, put these bad boys down, pop this into place, and like the bag functions absolutely perfectly without it. This is one of the coolest parts about the WANDRD Duo is because, like I said, this is a backpack that certainly suits photographers, but it doesn't do so at the sacrifice of non-photographers. What I mean is that a photographer and a non-photographer will get equal value out of this bag. Okay, so we talked about the middle and the front of the pack. Now we're gonna talk about the back of the pack. And there's some really important features to take into consideration. I'm gonna save my favorite for last. Let's check it out. First thing, back panel. It's just okay. What you want from a back panel is ventilation and comfort. This back panel gives you both, but it's just kind of average. It's not that it's uncomfortable, but for $220 US, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, especially when compared to the WANDRD Proverki, which if you've seen my review of that, I was blown away by how comfortable that pack was. Next up, we got these shoulder straps. They're firm and there's not a lot of padding, but they're pretty comfortable. At the bottom, we have the dangle stoppers. Thank you for your service, always appreciated, sir. There's nothing worse than dangle. Here we have a sternum strap. I am a big fan of sternum straps, but not everybody is. So if you don't like sternum straps, you will be smitten to know that it is removable and adjustable. So you just go ahead, unclip it like that, pop it out, and boom. Take it off, you can be like, I don't need you anymore, sternum strap. It's just not working out anymore, okay? It's definitely you. But in case you and your sternum strap have a rockier sort of relationship, you can remove this and popping it on. You have the different loops right here. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 down there. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 down right here. Just slide it on in. Got a little anchor system. Okay, this is actually really hard. Yeah, come on. That was like 15 seconds. So I would recommend leaving them on if you like them and just taking them off and leaving them off if you don't like them. One note about the sternum strap is it has a dangle stopper, which yet again, thank you for your service, sir. But it's got this little chode thing going on here. I don't know what other way to explain it. And it's always kind of hanging off. And if you push the dangle stopper too far, it kind of comes undone and it's really annoying to have to put back on. And it just kind of annoys me and I wanted you to know about it. Here on the back panel, we have a luggage pass-through area. So if you are a luggage person, you can pass your luggage right through. Yeah. So, okay, now let's talk about my two favorite features of the back of the pack. First of all, hidden pocket. Check this dude out. You didn't even know that was there. You're like, what? That's the beauty of hidden pockets. As you can see right here, you go ahead and pop this zipper down and boom, little hidden pocket. This is a perfect spot for a passport, wallet, or spare cash. So it's a cool place to keep your stash. But unfortunately, because this pocket is so well hidden, it's actually a little difficult to access sometimes. You gotta like pop your finger in there and like kind of do one of these, but it works. It's not as easily accessible as other like back panel pockets like the Boundary Supply Errant that we did last week, but it's still awesome and appreciated nonetheless. But I gotta warm up for this one. This is so exciting. I'm about to show you my favorite part of the WANDRD Duo Duo all together, and this is what I've been waiting for all day. And I never thought that I would have gotten so excited over a top handle, but this thing is a godsend. The design is quite nice because when it's down, it's actually very subtle. You forget about its existence, but when it's popped up, it's almost like a tote handle, and it's easy to grab and it's quite comfortable. Best part about it is the way that it flows with the bag. Like when you're carrying it, like it's just kind of easy. It moves with the bag. Like it's just the best top handle ever. And what I love about this handle is just how easy it is to use. For instance, I brought this backpack to the beach on a few different occasions and on a few hikes. I'm getting sweaty. I don't want my backpack to get all sweaty. I stopped wearing it like this, and then on most of the hike, I was actually carrying it like this, and it was incredibly easy to use and extremely comfortable. You're the handle of my dreams. Bow, 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 bow. I don't know if that'll go in the final edit, but I hope it doesn't. Tav loves to make me look like an idiot, but I think I do that enough by myself, so. Okay, so everything taken into consideration, let's talk about the pros and the cons of the WANDRD Duo. Overall pro number 1 is going to be the durability. Overall pro number 2 is going to be the next level tote handle. Overall pro number 3 is going to be the general tech compartment area, but the most important pro is that this is a photography bag that truly serves everybody, photographers and non-photographers. But let's talk about some of the cons of the WANDRD Duo. Con number 1, the price. Con number 2 is going to be the keyring solution. And con number 3 is going to be just kind of the average comfort. So, all the pros and all the cons taken into consideration, we at Nomads Nation give the WANDRD Duo an overall score of 4.1 out of 5. It's a bit expensive and just has some average comfort, but that aside, it's one of the best EDCs in the game. And finally, let's talk about who this pack is for and who it's not for. This pack is perfect for you if you want an EDC that can handle the city, the beach, the trail, and everything in between. This pack is also perfect for you if you're a photographer. This pack is also perfect for you if you're looking for a backpack that gives you the perfect blend of features and minimalism. If any of that sounds like you, then please use the links below. It makes sure that you get the best price and it helps support our channel. But let's talk about who this backpack isn't for. This backpack is definitely not for you if you're on a budget. The WANDRD Duo runs $220 US, and it's just gonna be too expensive for some. If you're looking for a pack that's a little bit cheaper, check the links below. I've got some great EDCs. They're gonna cost around the 150 to 180 range. This pack is also not for you if you're looking for my number 1 recommendation for tech gear. Right now, this is my number 2 recommendation, but if you're looking for my number 1 for your laptop setup, if you're a digital nomad, check the links below. Also, this is not the pack for you if you're looking for a 1-bag travel pack. At 20 liters, it's just a bit too small. You're gonna need something a little bit bigger. Check the links below. If you found this review useful, the best way to support the channel is to like, subscribe, or if you make any purchases, to please use our links below. I'll see you guys next time.